I think you cannot share your audio.
So good afternoon, everyone again. Good afternoon, everyone again. So I'm Shiva from Kondagaon District Administration, presenting Nangat Pila and Madai project. Now, to give a brief background of the district, our district is a part of Bastar division of Chhattisgarh, spreading across 7,000 square kilometers. Our district is known for its art forms, very famous as known as Bastar arts, and we have around 5 art forms within it. And our population is around 5 lakhs, and 70% of which is scheduled tribes. Literacy rate is at 64, and 90% of the population is rural. We have 8 ICDS projects, 1830 Anganwadis, 1447 Anganwadi workers, and 1420 Anganwadi helpers. To give the background of the project, why we got into this project is that we observed that there is a very high rate in malnutrition in Kondagaon, which was obstructing in every aspect of the lives of the people. 37% of the children were malnourished as of May 2020. COVID-19 imposed lockdowns also led to the loss of livelihood of many families, because of which the fear of increase of the malnourishment was even imminent. And the administration could not conduct any Vajan Tyohars also, which is an yearly process of measuring all the vitals of the children, because of the social distancing norms laid down by the COVID-19 pandemic. And 79%, last but not the least, 79.7% women of the Kondagaon are anemic as per NFHS 5. So this prompted us to take a real serious action on this. And also, the gaps that we were trying to fill through the intervention were that the first is the reasons for malnourishment. So the reasons for malnourishment were very unclear. We did not have any defined or focused approach as to what are the reasons which are driving this malnutrition. Excuse me. Second is lack of interdepartmental convergence, that we got to see that on the ground, health and WCD department had lack of convergence. So that was one of the gaps that we were trying to fill. And there was an absence of a real-time technology-based monitoring system wherein we could see the status of the malnutrition of the district. And last but not the least, the medical camps that were being conducted by the department were happening in every 3 months. So this was a huge gap between 2 medical camps. And if there were seriously malnourished children, the gap was huge. So we needed to bridge that gap. To address these gaps, we launched Nangat Pila program in June 2020 with an objective to find out the reasons for malnourishment and to eradicate it. Also, to ensure that monthly medical camps are arranged for all the SAM and MAM children. Also, to reduce malnutrition by providing supplementary nutrition to children every day. And the last objective was to create livelihood opportunities in the district by rekindling by including millets in the diets of the children. So the initiatives that we took to achieve these objectives were, the first one was root cause analysis. So because, as I told earlier, that we could not conduct the Bhajan Tyohar after Feb 2019, so a baseline survey of 57,000 children was done initially, and we found out that 12,726 children were malnourished. Then later on, we tried to do a root cause analysis of all these children for the reason of malnourishment with all these children. And these camps were conducted at sub-health centers by the doctors of health department. We were able to do the analysis for 11,394 children, and 5 reasons were primarily identified as the reasons for malnutrition. The reasons were food intake at irregular intervals, low birth weight of the children, lack of interval between 2 pregnancies, seasonal diseases like diarrhea, and lack of care by parents due to lack of awareness, as well as due to the involvement in the farms. Mothers were hugely involved in the farms, so that's why there was a lack of care. Because of this exercise, we surprisingly found that 4.7% of the children of the district were malnourished because of the problem of alcoholism in their parents. The second initiative that we took was the formation of an FPO, farmer producer organization, named as UDAN. This is a women farmer producer organization, and it has around 30 plus products which it is making currently. It also runs a poultry shed which has 4,600 hens in it and has a capacity of producing over 3,000 eggs per day. So children across the district were supplied eggs on every alternate day to combat the malnutrition. Along with this, we found out in the root cause analysis that irregular dietary patterns and lack of nutrition in the diets is also one of the reasons for malnutrition. So we included kodo khichdi because of its richness in protein and fiber as a supplementary diet. So children were given kodo khichdi on one day, and the next day they were given eggs. So like this, on every day of the week, we were giving supplementary nutrition to children. So till date, we have supplied around 9,53,673 eggs, giving a livelihood of around 20 lakhs to the 33 women who are working in the SHG. Third intervention that we did was Nangat Pila application. This is an application which was formed to do real-time monitoring of the malnutrition in the district. Weights and other important vitals like MUAC, height are updated every month in this application, and the data is generated on a real-time basis, which we can view at any given time. The best feature of this application was a before and after comparison of every child in terms of the photographs. Like we take photographs of this, we take the photograph of a child in this month and take it in the next month, and we do a visual comparison as well, not just in numbers, but visually also if the child is improving. Through this app, we also monitored the field visits of the supervisors and CDPOs, and we also noticed that we monitored them against the target that was given by the department. The supervisors have a target of 25 visits. So against them, how many visits were they doing? This also led to the increase in the visits by supervisors. The fourth initiative that we took was Nangat Pila Shivers, that is medical camps. As I told earlier, that the department was conducting these shivers every 3 months. So Nangat Pila Shivers in Heart Bazaar clinics. So Heart Bazaar Clinic is a program of Chhattisgarh government, in which the medical camps are conducted in the local heart bazaars every month. So we tried to take the severely malnourished children to these heart bazaars for their monitoring. Regular medicines were given in these camps, and also referrals to NRCs of the severely malnourished children was also done. Last but not the least, VHSND is one of the most important factors. VHSND being Village Health, Sanitation, Nutrition Day is one of the most important factors in combating malnutrition. But we often saw that it was limited to Tikakaran. Usually we hear that VHSND is nothing but Tikakaran Divas. So to rebrand it and to pay focus to all the important aspects of VHSND, we launched Maya Madai project under the bracket of Nangat Pila. Maya Madai means the festival to celebrate the love of motherhood. So we did this to create a local community connect. And we also did this to establish interdepartmental convergence of WCD and health. And for this project, we partnered with UNICEF for technical support. Moving on, a brief discussion about Maya Madai. So Maya Madai was launched to better combat malnutrition and to strengthen the VHSND. It was primarily launched to give equal importance to the 5 components of VHSND. We call it Panch Ki Shakti. That is immunization, malnutrition, child health, anemia, maternal health. We also heavily focused on the IEC materials and the branding of the visual branding of Anganwadis as well as sub-health centers. Through this, we aim to provide information about the schemes and about the best practices to the population of the village 24/7. Now I would like to talk about the outcomes. The first outcome was we were able to bring 41.54% of children out of malnourishment in June 2020 as compared to February 2019. June 2021 as compared to February 2019. And we were able to identify the 5 major reasons for malnutrition in our district. 11,394 children were screened through the medical camps. The project of Maya Madai was launched in 777 Anganwadis in terms of its rebranding. 56,241 children are monitored regularly through the Nangat Pila app. 9,53,673 eggs have been supplied by Udan. 21 lakhs have been generated as an income for the SHG members, and 12 Nangat Pila shivers have been conducted till date. Coming to the scalability and replicability of the project, the egg production unit that we have established currently in one of the blocks, we plan to expand it to the every block of our district. That is, we have 5 blocks. So we have already started building it in one of the blocks. So expansion in all of the blocks, inclusion of ragi halwa in the supplementary diet. When it comes to the anemia part, track, trace and treat all the types of anemia that are present in the district. That is sickle cell, be it sickle cell anemia or be it nutritional anemia. Branding of all the sub-centers along the concept of Madai, and expanding the monitoring and evaluation framework that we are using for Nangat Pila to also monitor the VHS entities in the district. Thank you. That will be all from my side.
In fact, from your presentation, we have noticed that is a very alarming situation. If 80% of the women are malnourished, women are anemic as per National Health Family Survey, then situation is very alarming, and children are bound to be going for stunting and wasting. So you need to a large number of effort, and that on a sustained basis. Massive effort are needed. 12 shivers will not do.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Very, very alarming situation.
Yes, sir. Just to comment on the number of the shivers, sir. So we were conducting 1 shiver a month. So because of the COVID-19 lockdown restrictions, we could not attend. We could not arrange for many shivers. So yes, but we are planning in future as well. Yes.
But you see that if 80% of the women are anemic, that what these ANM and ASHA workers are doing.
So we can actually contribute it to the
Government of India data.
Yes, sir. It is actually National Family Health Survey's data.
Yes.
Yes.
Then they're not doing their job seriously. Very alarming situation. Anyhow, we think that you can take up this message to the government, and more intensive and efforts are needed.
Definitely, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I don't have any specific question. Yes, I fully agree with Mr. Sharma. The situation is really alarming and need to be attended seriously. Thank you very much for your presentation. Excellent work.